Hello again. I'm starting my walk today at the Snibston Fishery Lakes, and they've got two lakes here which your starter walks from is just outside of Coalville, and we're going to look today at some of the wonders of Coalville. So let's get started. You can see in the distance the car park. It's only got room for about 10 cars and a disabled space, and this is the first lake, and they've got quite a lot of fish in here. They've got a big variety of carp and trench and chub, some bream as well. It's a lovely autumn day, and I think altogether there's about 40 places that you can fish from. I think you've got to get a permit, etc. But very nice spot. There's certainly some nice reflections here as well in the late afternoon sunshine. There's a nice bench here to have a sit down on if you like. There's quite a few around, and used to be part of the pit manager's garden, I think, all this, so that must be quite a grand garden, mustn't it, in the past. Here's one of the fishing pegs, I think they call them. It's a lovely spot. We're just starting to get a tinge of the autumn leaves, and we sort of can kick through them on the path, which is always very satisfying in some ways, isn't it? Quite a lot of green spaces with seating and lovely colours in the trees, and then there's, so you can walk down the road or you can take some of these paths, and some of them are quite accessible. We're going to walk all the way to well, it's sort of the centre of Coalville. Oh, here we got a signpost, black pine. Certainly got some very impressive trees here. It's a magnificent tree, isn't it? See my shadow there, you can tell it's well, we're in November, November the 12th, so here we've got a nice beech tree. Again, the leaves are turning and haven't been blown off entirely yet. Nutless cedar, wow. That's a nice spot, isn't it? There's a lot of peace and quiet around here. We've got a sign here. Another seat. Have a quick look at the sign. Snibston Country Park. There's quite a bit of information online as well. Another magnificent tree. It's lovely, isn't it, with the sun, you know, creating shadows from the leaves and pines as you look up. Now we got a kissing gate up here. I think we can just skirt round it. That goes off in that direction, but we're going to join the road for just a little bit before we cut off to the right up here. This is a road that comes down from Snibston Colliery, but going off onto the path. I mean, those woods really could class as a small arboretum, couldn't you, really? When you think it was part of the coal mine manager's garden. But we're making our way back. As I say, we're picking up some of the wonders of Coalville. I'll pop some photos in as we go along. So right in the centre of Coalville is the clock tower. Put in a photo now, and the memorial square. Of course, it's got the Armistice Day celebrations around this time, so they all sort of gather around the memorial square. And the clock tower was unveiled in 1925, so it's got the names of those who give their lives in First World War, Second World War, and later, I think. So it's one of those memorable places of Coalville. Oh, we're crossing another path. So say there's one that way, but we'll stay on this main pathway of the Bosworth Trail. Now we've got what they call section 5 here. We'll have a little diversion off of the main path and see what's up here. On the right we can, don't think you can hear the music, but that's I think it's coming from the Coalville Football Club. Great facility for, let's have a look. Just look over there, you can see them having a game or training, I'm not sure which. Nice facility for the young folk. Right, well, carry on up here. Talking of music, we've got quite a famous nightclub in Coalville as well. It's called the Emporium Nightclub, one of the most iconic venues in the UK. Oh yeah, it's a bit better view of the football ground down there. Not only the football club, but there's a mountain bike trail up here as well. I don't think we can see it from this path, but it's you know, got different levels of skills on it, so that's a good facility. And also, if you're into golf, there's the driving range, the Coalville Snibston driving range, which is quite good fun. I've been there 2 or 3 times with my grandson once, and I also went with the church as well. There's had a men's evening out at the golf range. There's quite a lot of churches around Coalville. I suppose in the whole area is about 25, but myself and my wife go to New Life Church in I'll put a little photo up of it, in Margaret Street in Coalville. They've had an amazing amount of improvements done this year to the building. As you can see from the photo, there's accessible access, and also it's got a lift, which is handy. I think myself and my wife are I think we're the oldest in the church, but there's a massive amount of got to climb up a bank now, different range of age groups and nationalities as well, so it's great to belong to that. Used to live in Gloucestershire and mainly went to Congregational Church in Cam near Dursley. There's a seat up here, just might sit down for a moment. Yeah, nice view over the football club. So yeah, we went to church in Cam, as I said, the Congregational Church, and then we moved up here and eventually joined New Life Church, and I think it's always found, that it is a good source of, through one's faith, one does feel sort of a calmness, a belonging, and I think also it gives you a firm foundation, the gospel, to have insight and wisdom of all the things that come along in life. There's good and bad things, of course, but I think the faith in the person that we have faith in, which is Jesus, is always there, and I love getting out in God's creation as well, and to soak up that sort of peace that comes with things that have been around a long time. And it's a bit like life, isn't it? There's different seasons. We're in autumn now, and there's winter coming, and some of the financial situations in the country are a bit wintry, aren't they? But spring will come and summer after, and things go round, in seasons. So we'll just stick with our faith and see our way through it all. Well, this is a bit different, isn't it, on the walk? They're sculptures of the extinct Irish Elks. These were mainly made of scrap metal from ploughs and things like that. And in the olden days, they used to roam around the Coalville area. Hello. Another nice green space. Another place to walk around is Coalville Park. It's just off London Road, and that's got some paths round and seats, and if you want a short walk, then that's a good resource as well. We're going to finish our walk today at Oliver's Crossing, but we still got a while to go yet, and some more interesting wonders to find. I've certainly got quite a number of seats around to have a sit down if one wants to and look at the trees, and I expect there's bluebells up here in the spring, but here we are in autumn and I think all the blackberries have gone. Now we're back to the well made up path now. Probably some of this raised land is old slag heaps from the colliery. My grandfather used to be a miner, but that was in South Wales near Moysteg, and there was lots of slag heaps around there. I remember going there back in the probably late 1950s and seeing those before they were really landscaped, and not very pleasant just having your back garden. Oh, now then, we're getting very close to Coalville now. Here's an old wheel here from one of the pits. So you can see some new houses over there, and sort of around this car park area was the where the Snibston Discovery Museum was years ago. It was an interactive museum focusing on technology and design, but that was demolished in 2016. Which was sort of a shame really, but I think it hadn't been invested in for quite a time, you know, to have new stuff put in. So they've really invested quite a lot of money in this park instead, and got a lot of play areas here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 electric charging points for cars. So that's invested in the future, isn't it? But here we have the Century Theatre, which is very much valued in the community, and it's the oldest surviving travelling theatre. It was designed and built between 1948 and 1952, and it was usually taken around on the back of lorries, and but basically then it was renovated, and it's really quite modern inside now. It's really a great asset to the Coalville community. Number 2 colliery, and this is the old signal box of Coalville Crossing, and some of the pit heads. There's 2 here, which is they were first sunk in 1831, and then there was mining going on here then until, well, for 150 years, and I think the last lump of coal was brought up in 1983. So certainly a lot of history here. I mean, that's where the name Coalville come from, is the history of mining. But there's lots of wonders here and new things happening. Some people are much more positive and now call it Diamondville. It's a great place to live in this area with a lot of facilities for leisure, shopping. and employment. Well, it's the end of the line here. It was a branch line that was used to take the coal from the pit head to the main line. Some of the old coal wagons are still here. As we walk down Oliver's Walk, we can see some of the old photographs of Coalville through the ages. It's quite interesting that they've got some history here. Oh, certainly a nice old car there. People out shopping as they are today. Oh, bicycle shop, I think. Bikes are now becoming more popular again, aren't they? They didn't have electric bikes in those days, but they did have horse and traps. Look at that. Station Road, Coalville. But one of the most famous employers around here was Palitoy, and they used to make all sorts of well, toys of course, but one of the main ones was Action Man. A lot of the locals have got lots of memories of Palitoy. So now we're sort of walking out of Snibston Colliery Park and coming to Oliver's Gates. Now this used to have to be put here once the traffic started getting busier, and they're named after the gatekeeper who used to have a little hut around here and used to open and shut the gates when appropriate. So that's why it's called Oliver's Crossing and Oliver's Walk. So we're in Memorial Square, and they're getting ready for tomorrow's service of remembrance, to remember those who gave their lives in conflict over the years. We also have Hermitage FM, which is the local community radio station and coffee lounge. We've got lots of shops in the Precinct. We've still got the HSBC Bank and Argus and Boots and Specsavers. So it's quite a nice shopping centre. It's being developed even as we go along. Got Wilco. There's of course you've got a lot of charity shops as well, but there's Greg's there. Ministry of Design. Home Bargains. Amazing amount of shops. Nationwide Building Society, Shoe Zone. On the outskirts you've got Morrison's and Aldi and Lidl opposite, of course. Another great place that recently was built, just finished this year, was the Coalville and Whitwick Leisure Centre. I think it costs over £22 million, and it's got a 8-lane 25-metre CX over there, 8-lane 25-metre swimming pool, gym and big sports hall as well for all sorts of sports. So it's really all happening around here. Seeing it's such a nice afternoon, I just thought I'd finish the video in Coalville Park. As I said, it's just off London Road, and they do have things on here, picnic in the park and in the summer months, and it's a nice place to walk around. It's very accessible for pushchairs and wheelchairs and motorised disabled scooters. This monument is to say this park is free and forever for the local inhabitants. It was donated so that they would always be here to enjoy. So that's really nice. Has a very nice garden of remembrance. Well, we've finished the video here in Coalville Park. I think it's about 3:30 in the afternoon. It's been a really nice walk, starting off at the lakes and through the Arboretum. It's really very nice, and seeing some of the wonders of Coalville. I don't know which you put first, you know, whether it's the colliery or the theatre, the clock tower, leisure centre. I put some photos of them up for you to have a look at just at the end. So until we meet again, get inspired to do another video. God bless and take care.